again. Derek Jeter's back again. All feels so right as they celebrate the 2009 World Series champion, the 15th anniversary.
1-0 Rockies, 2-1, nobody out for Aaron Judge. Home run number 49 last night. Leads all of baseball in homers and runs batted in with 119.
Grounded softly to third. They get one on the first. Double play. What a turn by Rogers at second base.
New York is challenging now, call at first base.
Looked like he was safe from the naked eye. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think he's safe.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe.
2 outs. Jazz Chisholm. Swing and a miss. Nice job, Bradley Blaylock.
The Rockies have a 4-0 lead in the third.
Here's Nolan Jones, and the pitch to Nolan is hit well to left center field. Racing back is Grisham. He's looking up. It is over his head. It's off the wall. 1 run scores. Another being waved in. Throw home is not in time. 6-0 Rockies.
And the Yankees are on the board at 6-1.
Alex Verdugo walked his first time up.
High fly ball. Deep right center. Cave back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. See ya. That breaks it 0 for 21 for Verdugo. And it's 6-2 Rockies.
What a relief. Maybe this will start things up. 402-foot black.
Be at BYU on Saturday night. Southeast Missouri State at New Mexico State. That'll be happening on Saturday night. So there's plenty going on. Illinois State at Iowa on Saturday morning. Iowa's the 25th ranked team in the country. There will be a lot. Already a college football game yesterday. Florida State upset by Georgia Tech, 24-21. The 10th ranked team in the country goes down. But with this college football playoff, a 12-team playoff, you can recover from that. So it's not like Florida State. I mean, the way it went last year for Florida State, they're done. They went undefeated in the regular season and still didn't make the college football playoff. So this is a good situation for a school like that. Very good for Missouri. Missouri's schedule is very favorable in the front half and not so much in the second half. Murray State, Buffalo, Boston College, Vanderbilt are your 4 home games before the bye. Toughest of that group, I would say, is BC. Got to be a little careful there. They have been upset specialists through the years. They play Florida State. If you want to get a scouting report of them coming up this Saturday. Then you get a bye, and then it gets tough. At Texas A&M, at UMass should be no problem. Auburn at home, at Alabama, Oklahoma at home. What a back-to-back that is, with a break in between Bama and Oklahoma. At South Carolina, at Mississippi State, and a home against Arkansas, who always wants to play you tough. So it should be interesting for Missouri, and it should be, you know, when's the last time you said this about Mizzou, that if it's not a 10-win season, fans would be a little disappointed? That's amazing to even say. A 9-win season would be realistic. An 8-win season, I think fans would be like, I thought this was a college football playoff team. They were hyped to number 11 in the country. So there's a lot on Missouri. I mean, Missouri will not be off the radar anymore. These SEC schools have some of the best coaches in the country. They have the means to pay coaches a lot of money. They get paid a lot of money to review film of you, and they will find ways to beat Missouri. There's going to be pressure on Mizzou this year, but they should be okay early. It's that second half. They need to stay healthy and stay the course and change when necessary. As you've noticed, I've spent the first 4 minutes of the program talking about college football. I'm like avoiding this Cardinals conversation, but I will not. I will have Oli Marmol, the Cardinals manager, here in just a few minutes. It was a tough one again last night. I mean, this has been a very difficult season to take in. I thought Sonny Gray put it very well after the game. He seemed a touch emotional about it too, because he returned to Minneapolis, a team that he played very well for last year, pitched very well, second in the AL Cy Young Award voting. But he said, you know, it's the same thing for me over and over and over again. And you could say that about the Cardinals, really. I mean, their offense just has been inconsistent. And for him, pitching-wise, on the road, he gives up home runs. 16 home runs on the road, only 4 at home. 20 home runs given up by Sonny Gray this year. And for him, it has been 1 inning, is what he said, and he's right. Most of the time, it's 1 inning that blows up on him, and that's what happened yesterday. A 4-run third inning did in the Cardinals as they lost the ball game by a final of 6-0. We'll talk to Oli Marmol about it here at 10:15. 10:30, much different story for SLU soccer. They won 2-0 at home against 7th-ranked Indiana on Friday night. Before that, the women tied BYU 1-1, BYU 4th-ranked team in the country. Really good atmosphere at Hermann Stadium, back-to-back days. We'll talk to Kevin Kalish, the head coach of St. Louis University Soccer, at 10:30. 10:45, we'll get into some college football talk with the head coach at Lindenwood because, as I mentioned, they go on the road. They got the toughest task of anybody. They have to go on the road and play Kansas, 22nd ranked team in the country, and they will do that on Thursday. And Jed Sugart is the head coach of Lindenwood. He'll be with us at 10:45. Lutz Pfannenstiel of City, tough one last night. They end up in a 4-4 draw after having a 2-goal lead twice at Portland. He's with us at 11:15. John Mozeliak won't be able to make the show today, but we will talk some Cardinals. We'll take your calls and messages to the best of our ability. That'll be at 11:30. 11:45, Todd Perry, Executive Director, Pujols Family Foundation. Big event coming to Topgolf. Big-time player coming to Topgolf in Chesterfield. His name is Albert Pujols. He will be there for his fundraiser, and there are still spots available, by the way. Think about that. You and your friends or your company could buy a bay at Topgolf in Chesterfield. Might be right up against Albert Pujols in his bay. Maybe engage in a little competition with the big fella. So that's coming up at 11:45. We'll give you details on how you can get tickets to that. Oli Marmol is up next. This is Sports on a Sunday morning on KMOX.
We go where you go. 11:20 a.m., 98.7 FM, KMOX.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121.
Fantasy freaks and geeks. What's cracking? It's your boy James Coe back with my brand new project, the Sleeper King Football Podcast. Look, I get it. Okay, there's a lot of fantasy pods out there, but we're going to keep this one light, 15 to 20 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week. And man, we are going to pack it with all the info you need. Season long, weekly projections, and of course, sleepers. Follow and listen to the Sleeper King Football Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's August already. Summer is over. The kids are going back to school, but it might be a perfect time for you to call Chesterfield Fence and Deck and start planning ahead for next spring and summer. Or maybe you're thinking about ways to use your outdoor space more year-round. Well, Chesterfield Fence and Deck does a fantastic job with custom sunrooms and screen rooms so that you can really get a 3 or 4 season use and really enjoy fall and winter in your outdoor space. They also do a great job at Chesterfield Fence and Deck with fences and decks, patios, pergolas, and so much more. So whether you're looking to get a project done this year or planning ahead for next, they do free in-home design and free in-home estimates, or stop by and see Chesterfield Fence and Deck at their beautiful showroom and warehouse in the Chesterfield Valley. Mention me, Debbie Monterey, and they'll offer you 20% off your next project. It's Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best. Visit them online now at chesterfieldfence.com.
At 1-800-GOT-JUNK, we believe.
We believe in repurposing the junk we make disappear.
We donate the donatables so that a new family can love them.
Those items get a new life.
We believe in recycling the recyclables.
Raw material for brand new products.
And we believe in returning natural resources to the earth. And we believe in you.
We know you want to make a difference.
Let us help you do that.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Now the Manager's Chat, presented by Siteman Cancer Center. Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer.
Welcome back. Sports on a Sunday morning on KMOX. Tom Ackerman with you. Pleased to be joined by Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol in Minneapolis. Good morning, Ollie.
Good morning. How are we doing?
Doing well. I saw the official transaction a little earlier this morning. Ivan Herrera gets the call back to join the team. Of course, that comes at a cost to Wilson Contreras. Man, what a tough break last night as he gets hit by a pitch from Pablo Lopez and breaks his finger. I know that's a difficult one, not only for the club, but, man, you feel for him, don't you?
No doubt about it, man. He's had such a tough year when it comes to getting beat up. You look at the amount of time that he missed with the blow to the forearm and then this now. In between those injuries, I mean, he's swung the bat really well. And I was really pleased with the way things were headed as far as like him working with the pitchers in game. Like he was taking some really good steps in the right direction. So for this to happen now, I mean, it's definitely a blow. We'll get Herrera here. Actually, just arrived, and we'll take our shot.
Good. And Herrera, I know, gets the opportunity and has a good bat. Well, one thing you can say about him as he's continued to work on his defense, he plays the part of a hitter very well. He has presence, doesn't he, at the plate?
Yeah, he's done a nice job of making some adjustments offensively, and he's put together some stretch of some really good swings. And yeah, he's a confident hitter, man. He really is. It's to drive the baseball, takes his base hits, has a really good approach. So can't disagree one bit.
As for Wilson, he had that big smile on his face as he was delivering that news to reporters yesterday. That's him. I mean, he is just you're around him every single day. There's something infectious about his personality. He is a competitor, but I think he also he sees sometimes it tries to pull positives out of what has got to be a very difficult situation for him. Is that how he is behind the scenes?
Yeah, I mean, his personality is there's only so many things you can control, and this isn't one of them. Him getting hit by a pitch and having to go back on the IL is part of it, and he looks at it in that exact way. Is he frustrated after the game? Absolutely, and the fact that he won't be able to contribute down the stretch, but he's not going to hang his head and draw negativity out of it at all.
So he'll try to be there for everybody and continue on. And Pedro Páez, my gosh, I mean, you talk about bad luck. The guy takes a wild pitch in the neck yesterday. I mean, I'm sitting there like, now what are they going to do? Brendan Donovan's the emergency. Is he the emergency, Donnie?
I would have had a tough time putting Donnie back there yesterday. But thankfully, I mean, it did get him pretty good. It took him a minute to gather himself, but he's able to kind of finish that game, and then he's in there today.
Good. So Páez is your catcher today, and Ivan Herrera is Oli Marmol just arrived. Good to hear that.
He's getting early flight, getting here. Actually, I just saw him arrive, so not knowing if there's going to be delays or anything like that, I'd rather him come off the bench today, and then we'll go ahead and schedule his time behind the plate moving forward.
Sure, gotcha. What about Sonny Gray? I mean, I watched his post game yesterday with reporters, and he really seemed to take it hard. It's not just because he's pitching in Minneapolis. We all know he's a former Twin and was very successful last year, but he said it himself that it just feels like it's the same thing over and over. On the road, he's given up 16 home runs, and it's one bad inning, though, overall that seems to bite him. How do you evaluate that?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And there's some randomness to it, and then there's some stuff on his end that he's continuing to work on as well. So there's a combination of things there. But to your point, that Atlanta series and the Cincy one, and now here with two more, but a lot of those homers have come on the road.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I obviously that's the big question is why that happens to Sonny Gray, who's been an established great pitcher in this game. But it also shows you that the other side is doing their homework. By the way, speaking on the other side, that Pablo Lopez is something else. Now, I know we've talked about offense and issues that you've had, and we will, but you got to respect what Pablo Lopez brings to the table. He's pretty tough. He was good.
Yeah, he was on his game yesterday. I mean, did a really nice job of just getting guys in between that sweeper and then beating him up top, the sinker fastball. I mean, he just did a really good job of mixing enough to get guys off balance. And then certain guys just overpowered him at the top of the zone. But as far as having a pretty impressive outing, Lopez did that.
Yeah, he did. And by the way, if anyone's curious, of course, he didn't mean anything by the pitch to Contreras. Just got away from him. Yeah, you could see he was down in a crouch, during the whole thing, and said he was sorry. And they knew each other well.
No, that pitch just got away from him. There's no intention there whatsoever.
Yeah, totally. So back to let me touch on this real quick. Giving up home runs, going back to Gray, but just overall, in that 3-game win streak that you had, which was terrific. You beat the Brewers twice, and then you beat the Twins in game 1. Didn't give up any home runs in those 3 wins. What do you see there in terms of just the club in general giving up the long ball?
Yeah, some guys are better than others at it, to be quite honest. I mean, you look at the Palante game, he's not going to give up a whole lot of contact that's not on the ground. Those guys pounded the ball straight into the ground all day against him. King comes in after that, gets several ground balls. So that game kind of explains itself. Miles did a really good job of just not missing over the heart of the plate as much as we've seen in other outings. I felt like he mixed a lot and pitched to the edges and got a lot of defensive swing and soft contacts, and any of the ones that were hard against him or Palante were also at people and on the ground. So both those guys did a nice job of inducing ground balls.
And the Cardinals end up in a situation here where they are going to try to win another series against Minnesota. Obviously, the uphill climb that you have to make the postseason, but this is about grabbing game by game, and you have a chance today, and Eric Fetty is your pitcher. How do you see Fetty when he's most effective? How does he get the job done?
Yeah, he talked about his last outing. When I took him out, he's like, man, I feel like I've yet to establish my changeup the way I wanted to over the last several outings after coming over to us. He's also a guy who's a pitch maker, man. He's going to have traffic from time to time, but he's going to find a way to make the big pitch and get out of those innings, and we've seen him do that. But he's yet to feel like he's had a game where it's clicked the way prior to the trade deadline.
And, we've talked a lot pitching here. So let me shift to this offense, because I'm again, the Cardinals are where they are because of a collection of things. Things don't go right, or health, or poor play, or whatever it is. But I think if you were to point to one general area of the team and why it hasn't gotten to where it needs to be, it has been the inconsistency of the offense. Would you agree with that? And where do things stand right now with your offensive production? How do you feel about where you are? Has it been a repetitive thing for you?
It has all year. I can't disagree with that. If there's a knock on what's been the tough part of our season, that's it. There's not.
We may have lost Oli Marmol there. James, you got him, or is it disconnected? He's still there. Okay. Let's see if we can reestablish. Oli Marmol from Minneapolis somebody may have pulled the cord out of the wall. No, I'm just kidding. It happens sometimes. We'll try to get him back and see if he's still on the line. James, our producer, will try to reestablish with Oli Marmol, and then we'll let him go, because Ivan Herrera just showed up in the clubhouse. We want to make sure that he gets back to work for this 1:10 game. The Cardinals taking on the Minnesota Twins this afternoon. We'll have the pregame at 12:15 for that 1:10 first pitch today. The Cardinals 11 games out in the Central, 6 back in the wild card, 1 game under 500. Then they come back home. They'll be taking on the San Diego Padres for 4 games, and there is no question that it is crunch time every single game going on right now. Oli Marmol says to give him a call back. We will do that, and we will take a quick break. Back in a moment on KMOX. Oh, let's go back to Oli right now, actually. Oli, before we take a commercial break, we want to stay on time and make sure you get back to your players. But thank you for reestablishing contact with us. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, not sure what happened. I was answering the offense question.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with you. That has been the consistent thing that has come up all year, is our inability to just get the big hit with runners in scoring positions. We've created enough opportunities to do so, but when we were in those second and third, nobody out, 1 out situations, we just haven't really done a good job of tacking on runs, man. And you look at up and down the lineup, which guys are doing it well, which guys aren't. And at the end of the day, like, it just hasn't been collectively good enough for us to go on a run. When you look at teams that are going on a run, that's a big part of it. I feel like our pitching has done exactly what we would have expected them to do up to this point, as far as our rotation being where they're at, and then our bullpen being a strong point of our season. But going into April, going into the beginning of the season, we never would have thought that our offense was going to be what it is today. So that has been a little bit of the issue.
Yeah, a curveball, to pardon the pun, just something that has not been expected, no doubt. And before we go, just last thing, I'm a big fan of, and I study leadership and coaches. And one that I've always respected is Nick Saban, the 7-time national champion. And one of the things that he said a long time ago, he learned it from his high school coach, actually, is that it's not always about the calls that you play. It's about the players that you have in those positions to execute those plays. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to put those players in the best position to succeed. I guess what I'm asking you is, when you are out, you are using different combinations of lineups, but also in the course of a game, do you change what you do when it gets down to this time of year? Are you taking maybe more risks? Are you trying to just throw something that you believe in, that maybe you could change the course of how things are going? Do you try to strike lightning in the bottle? Are you gambling a little bit more this time of year, or do you stick with how you feel you evaluate over the course of a season?
Depends how you're asking the question, why you're asking the question. Give me an example, and I can give you a direct answer.
I guess just in general, like if you let's say in a game, so you have a situation and you're like, you know what, let's bring this person off the bench. I don't have a specific situation in mind, but would you pinch hit, go against the book, so to speak, against the grain? Do you mix and match lineups just to see if you can make something happen? Do you manage in that way?
I feel like we've mixed and matched lineups as much as you can. When you look at our pinch hits over the last week, 3 of them have been homers. So I'm not sure what else you would like. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, sometimes it does work. I think that's what I mean, is that sometimes, you've been doing that and those things do happen, and sometimes not. So I guess the point is that at this point of the season, how do you create offense as a manager? You have to find the best combinations.
Yeah, creating offense is an interesting theory there. You're going to run your guys out there that are your offensive players and put them in the best position to have success from a matchup standpoint. Certain guys you match up with to give them the best shot. Certain guys just need to stay in the lineup in order to get hot. And if they get hot, the team will go. And if they don't, then it's just that'll be the frustrating part of our season. But when it comes to just trying to make things up and push in a way that doesn't make sense, like, we're going to do everything we can to put these guys in a position to have success. And what I can guarantee you is we'll take our best shot. But yeah, that's where we're at.
I appreciate you as always. Thank you for the time, especially on a game day, and we'll let you get back to it and try to get a W today against these Twins. Thank you. Thank you. Oli Marmol, Cardinals manager, with us on KMOX. It's 10:30. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll be joined by Kevin Kalish. He is the head coach at St. Louis University. Men's soccer, what a win they had on Friday night against Indiana. Back in a moment on KMOX.
Ready to turn your home into a digital racetrack? Buckle up for i3 Broadband's advanced whole home Wi-Fi. Picture this: lightning fast internet in every nook and cranny. No dead zones, no lag, just pure connectivity. Whether you're binge watching in the living room or video calling from the basement, all with no contracts, no hidden fees, just insane speeds. Plus our no-risk 30-day money-back guarantee. Hit us up at 877-976-0711 or zoom over to i3broadband.com/STL. We're local, reliable, and turbocharging your internet life.
At California Psychics, we know that doubt can get in the way of your relationship. One moment you're enjoying a romantic date. The next you're thinking,
is this guy right for me? Could I spend my life with someone who has more hair on his feet than on his head?
Then you realize you've been thinking out loud.
Wait, come back,
Thankfully, California Psychics can clear away the dating doubt. Our accurate psychics are available 24/7 to give you all the guidance you need to make the right relationship choices. California Psychics is the psychic service more people trust. That's why we can guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 80% off their first reading. I can smell love in the air already. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up! And call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
KMOX Weekend at your service. Sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Installation.
I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Birdie, Mahotra, Brusati, Royer, and Barry. You can too. Go to youridoc.com.
I don't want to wait.
You never want to wait.
Not when I'm sticking to the couch.
Well, those guys can install a new AC for days. Evidently, no one can.
JerryKelly.com says if you purchase a full home comfort system today, they'll install it the very next day.
Wow, that's fast.
And guaranteed. Buy a home comfort system from Jerry Kelly today, and they'll install it tomorrow, or they'll give you $500 guaranteed.
JerryKelly.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
If you've been injured in a truck accident, you need the best. Onder Law, voted 2023's best law firm in St. Louis. Our attorneys will hold truck drivers and owners accountable. We stand up to big trucking companies to get you the compensation you deserve. Let us make your case our cause. Truck accident? Call Onder Law today for a free review. 314 or 618-9-MILLION. That's 314 or 618-9 all zeros.
I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. Save big on our ready-to-move-in market homes with 3.9% financing if qualified on selected homes. Select from a wide variety of home styles and prime locations. No worries or waiting since we have selected all the most popular features and save thousands in interest. Don't miss this opportunity to own one of these move-in ready homes. Visit McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. And one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement, and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Gray Bar Sports on a Sunday morning.
Goldschmidt swings and he hits a drive. He hits a slammer.
Gray Bar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs.
Billikens win! Billikens win!
Once again, from the Stifel Financial Sports Studio, Tom Ackerman.
Billikens win indeed. SLU wins on Friday night at Herman Stadium against Indiana, 2-0 against the 7th-ranked team in the country. The women tied BYU, the 4th-ranked team in the country, the night before that. Joining us is the head coach at SLU, Kevin Kalish, is back on KMOX. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I was there for both games, and what an atmosphere both nights. Really terrific. The fans came out. I know that you're proud of your team, but let's first talk about that facility and that atmosphere. That was something else.
I tell you, it was an unbelievable environment for a college soccer game for both the men and the women. And again, it shows why St. Louis is such a special place for soccer in this community.
You were ready to go for that one. Your team gave Indiana all it could handle. Tell me about before that game. I mean, I see it from the outside. I'm out there on the field. We've got the Herman Trophy there. You know, there's a lot of pomp and circumstance, big crowds. Indiana brought a pocket of fans. SLU fans come out roaring. What is it like moments before a big game like that, keeping your team focused?
Yeah, I think really it was our preparation all week was quite good. You know, I think we had that right balance between being having the right level of intensity, but not overdoing it from a nerves perspective. You know, I just felt like we found that really good balance. We were calm, we were confident, but we were also very intense. And I thought, again, from a work rate perspective, I was really proud of the amount of work they did on the field.
You just really handled them defensively. Indiana could not find a way to get a clean shot or a shot, really. How did you do that?
Yeah, just the players. Yeah, the player, just the work rate. You know, it starts with our Matt Roble and Luis Lara, our two forwards. They just did a tremendous amount of work, and I think everybody kind of fell in line after that and just kind of did their job. But just our collective work rate, our collective mentality as a team was quite good on the night. And now our challenge is can we make that the standard?
You had a 1-0 lead at half. How was halftime compared to pregame? Same focus, same attitude going into half number 2?
Yeah, I think we got some really good leadership. Obviously, Joey Mayer is a guy who's been around and understands how to win games. And I think he's provided some really good leadership in the locker room, just to stay calm, to stay focused, and really kind of focus on the next 45 and just keep executing. And I think one of the strengths of this team is our depth. And I thought you saw some guys come in and really keep the level extremely high. And that's what it takes to beat teams like Indiana. I thought it was definitely a full team effort.
You have great respect, of course, for Indiana and its program and all that it has done, 8 national championships. But here's SLU, still with the most national championships in the history of college soccer, 10. You had 18 championships between the two programs. And I know that is something that not only the school, but you as a program hang your hat on. When you're out recruiting, and your recruiting has been excellent, what are you telling people about St. Louis and its tradition? Because, Kevin, even though they haven't won a championship since 1973, there's just this aura around SLU soccer that's a little bit different from other programs going back in those generations, like an understanding of the sport, would you say?
100%. Yeah. There's a tremendous legacy here, and not only from all the teams that won titles, but also just all the players that have gone on and played at the next level. And soccer's important here. And it's built into the fabric of our community. And I think players see that. Players want to play in front of 6,000 fans and play in this environment and try to get that 11th star. So I think it's our challenge now. Can we go and climb the biggest mountain? I think that's what top players want to do. They want to be challenged, and I think we're just going to focus now on each and every day and trying to be the best versions of ourselves that we can. But we think if with the players we're bringing into the program, we're going to put ourselves in a great position to do so.
With the facilities upgrade to campus, what has that been like for you? Especially in terms of performance, but also in recruiting over the last few years.
Yeah, it's a game changer, right? Obviously our Billikens Soccer Legacy Center, their Lawson Family Champion Center. I mean, these facilities are as good as any in all of Division I. So from a soccer perspective, if you're a player and you want to, just again, not only the Herman Stadium, but also the training fields and everything you have here, there's no reason why you can't reach the highest level. So we're very fortunate. We're very blessed. We're very grateful for everything SLU gives us. And, we're definitely want to want to carry the flag for SLU as well.
We mentioned the women's team. Katie Shields comes out she gets a storm in her first game against Kansas City and ends up, they have to call it a scoreless draw. Then a tough matchup against BYU. She ends up in a draw 1-1. You've got to keep your eye on this women's program, though, if you're on that side, don't you, Kevin? I mean, they have things together. They've got some big-time players on that team.
They really do. I enjoy watching them play a ton. And, I was at the BYU. I was actually at both games. And yeah, they've got a great team. They just got to keep, I know the Katie will get them peaking at the end of the year. And there was a really good performance against BYU. And I'm excited to watch them today against Mizzou. And, yeah, Katie and her staff do an unbelievable job.
What a time this is for St. Louis University soccer, and basketball is coming here quickly with Rebecca Till and Josh Schertz. Good times on campus, and I can't say it enough. And final thing for you, Kevin, is the atmosphere that I saw on Friday and on Thursday, just with the youth soccer players that were surrounding that facility and the kids playing this sport. It has to really make you feel good about the future, the present and the future of this sport here in St. Louis.
Yeah, obviously St. Louis City plays a big part of that as well. And just, obviously we now can watch the highest levels of the game played each and every week. But yeah, there's the amount of talent in this market, the unbelievable amount of coaches at the youth and high school levels. It's like soccer paradise in some ways, right? So, we got a great thing going in this town, and we just got to keep from our perspective, just got to keep recruiting those St. Louis players, and good things will happen.
Kevin, congratulations on a great win over Indiana, 2-0, and best of luck the rest of the way. Of course, we'll stay right here with you as the home of the Billikens. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you. Kevin Kalish, head coach of St. Louis University men's soccer. I'm telling you, I looked around that place and thought, we talk a lot about Busch Stadium and about Enterprise Center and about, City Park and all that they've done for the city. Here we are in the middle of the city in Midtown, and there are 6,000 people there on Friday night, and there were about 4,500 there on Thursday night, and they are having a good time. They've got their families here. They have kids. There's, barbecue, grilled food, smoke going up into the air, and adults drinking beer and having a good time. I mean, it really was impressive how they set that all up at Herman Stadium on back-to-back days. So congratulations to SLU on that. We'll take a break, and speaking of tailgate smoke, it's time for college football. We'll talk it over. College football week 1 begins. We'll look at the schedule, and in particular, we will talk to the head coach at Lindenwood University as they visit Kansas this week. It's next on KMOX.
Summer is here. Time to enjoy baseball, barbecues, and the shade of your trees. When it comes to tree care, call the certified arborist at Gamma Tree Experts. Hi, I'm Tim Gamma. Protect your valuable trees from storm damage or devastating insects such as the emerald ash borer. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. For pruning, spraying, fertilization, or removals, call Gamma Tree Experts today at 314-725-6159 or visit us at gammatree.com. Your trees deserve the best care.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. So tell them today, I love you. Get screened. It could help save their life. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
Charlie Brennan with Dr. Colleen Bosler from the Audiology Center. What can people expect when they visit one of your doctors at the Audiology Center?
Expect a friendly greeting and a waiting room stocked full of refreshments. But more importantly, a patient should expect that they're treated on an individual basis. We are not retail, and we pride ourselves on our medical model. Each hearing aid is catered towards each patient's unique needs. Expect a full history intake where we get to know you and your personal needs. And then we'll complete a full battery of tests where we can adequately diagnose your hearing health. We want you to understand those results right away. So directly following your tests, we're going to go over everything extensively. Finally, at that time, we'll develop a customized treatment plan built around you as an individual.
The Audiology Center, 3 locations in the St. Louis area, 636-441-7470, theaudiologycenter.stl.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by September 2nd, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Are you tired of those unwanted, stubborn areas of fat? Do you want to lose up to 2 inches of that fat quickly and safely? Hi, this is Dr. Michael Glickert at St. Louis Weight Loss Secret, and we offer the latest breakthrough treatment in fat reduction without surgery through our incredible Lumara body contouring program that gently melts fat naturally, eliminating it from your body. If you want to lose inches on your thighs, arms, waist, stomach, or back, take advantage of our limited time offer of just $69 for your first treatment, which is valued at $300. You heard that right. Just $69 for your first treatment. Visit us online at moweightloss.com.
Hey, this is Debbie Monterey, and I admit I was skeptical about body contouring at St. Louis Weight Loss Secret, but I figured, what do I have to lose except apparently inches, because they already helped me lose 40 pounds, and then they took before and after pictures while I was doing body contouring. I did 8 treatments, and you could totally see the difference. So take advantage of this limited time offer, just $69 for your first body contouring treatment, regularly $300, by calling 314-207-8600 or online at moweightloss.com.
Broadcasting from the Underline Three Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
Welcome back to the Gray Bar Sports on a Sunday morning.
Goldschmidt swings and he hits a drive. He hits a slammer.
Gray Bar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs.
Billikens win! Billikens win!
Once again, from the Stifel Financial Sports Studio, Tom Ackerman.
Welcome back. Sports on a Sunday morning on KMOX, and we have college football week 1 upon us. It is time, as they had the big game yesterday with Florida State losing to Georgia Tech 24-21. Look what we have coming in just a few days. Thursday, a trio of local teams in action. 11th ranked Missouri will play at Faurot Field, 7 o'clock kickoff against Murray State. The last check, they have not sold that opener out, which surprises me a little bit. I know it's Murray State, but it's Missouri that you should be paying attention to. They're the 11th ranked team in the country, and Eli Drinkowitz has been pushing that himself, trying to get that place completely sold out. I have not seen a notification that it is, so there are still tickets available to go see the Tigers. Illinois will be playing at home on Thursday night as well. They kick off an hour later at 8 o'clock against Eastern Illinois, the Fighting Illini embarking on the 2024 season. And joining us on the line, they will also be playing. They're taking on nationally ranked Kansas. The 22nd ranked Jayhawks will play at Children's Mercy Park. That is just outside Kansas City. The reason for that is their stadium on campus at KU is under construction. They'll be playing Lindenwood. And joining us on the line is the head coach of the Lindenwood Lions. We welcome in Jed Sugart. It's great to have you back on KMOX. How are you?
Hey, Tom. Good to be with you this morning.
It's great to be with you. Well, here you go. Another season, and it's time to play. The Lions will be how has this transition been for the Lions into Division I football?
Well, I think, when we took on this endeavor, you got to kind of lay out a plan. You got to lay out a direction. I feel like, we kind of know when we started this, there's gonna be some growing pains into that, and the best thing you can do is just try to put out a plan to do that through recruiting. You got to kind of flip your whole team in a matter of a couple of years, or you can, so we've kind of been doing that as you've kind of graduated out some Division II guys. We've been able to start adding some young Division I and some transfer guys. So, we feel like we're on track. Our goal was after 2 years, we wanted to be right around 500 in those first 2 years between the first year and second year, and we're just a game under that. So we feel like there now we start year 3, which is as good. We're a better football team this year than we were last year. We're a little bit more mature, but we also play a much tougher schedule. So you just got to kind of you just got to keep grinding and keep getting people to buy into your message and your direction, and we're going to get there.
You're playing Kansas, number 22 in the country. Tell me about the Jayhawks. Obviously, that is a big challenge ahead, but it has to be an exciting one for a lot of reasons. Absolutely.
I mean, this is a great opportunity for our kids. We're playing in a different venue, which will be pretty cool. We've actually been in that place, that's where they used to host the D2 national championship. So we've actually been in that place and seen it. It'll be a fun atmosphere. Kansas. I've gotten to know Lance Leipold for a lot of years. We kind of came up, used to coach against each other when he was at Omaha, Nebraska, and I was at Northern Colorado. So we've known each other a long time. Really, really good football coach, doing a great job there. And then it's our opportunity too with our guys to go play a really good football team, and we're that underdog story, and everybody knows that, but. Just the enthusiasm, the excitement of playing a game like that against a really good opponent should be a fun opportunity.
Absolutely. And then you're going to come home and you're going to be playing some home games. I really like your stadium. I think that's a cool setup right there. You got that stadium, and then it's kind of tucked into a hillside in a lot of ways, and the campus overlooks it. You're not just sitting in the seats, but you can watch the game from way up above that end zone from like a plaza outside of one of the school buildings. I mean, it's pretty neat little bowl you have going on there.
It is. It was, I think a small college. I think NCAA.org a few years ago rated it, our stadium, as we were in the top 5 of just aesthetically beautiful stadiums. It really is a great setting. It's great. It's great to you can really hear the crowd and everything because we are kind of in a little bowl setting there. It is beautiful. We're really blessed with our facilities that we have at Lindenwood.
Does it get pretty noisy? Can you hear them?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I think that's kind of why the way that sets. And of course, we've got a great student section that's behind our goal post there on the north end that has figured it out. They have a lot of fun. We have a great crowd and a great student section that gets after it a little bit. It's really a fun game days. We have really commend our administration that's really put a lot of time and money into making our pregame tailgating before the game is the atmosphere is awesome. They bring in live bands. We've got vendors, entertainment, bouncy councils for kids. I mean, they've really taken this to a whole different level with our tailgating experience before the game. And our team, we get to come and walk through that after our pregame meal and celebrate with our fans and our cheerleaders and everybody out there. So it's made it for a neat team walk. It's a great atmosphere to come watch Lindenwood football at home, no doubt.
Yeah, and I feel like St. Charles County does have a lot of pride in this, and you've made there's a lot of community engagement going on, isn't there, in St. Charles?
100%. We're blessed to. I know our kids. We had a bunch of football players that went down on Main Street and the streets of St. Charles to all the businesses here a couple of weeks ago, and just went store to store. They were welcomed. The enthusiasm, staying acquainted, keeping that relationship with our businesses and our community members in St. Charles. And we feel really blessed and fortunate to have that kind of support. It's a great community, obviously.
And Lindenwood has had some really good players go on to play very strong professionally. And if you're going to watch one player, folks, I would watch number 78. That big fella, Gareth Warren, is 6'6", 332. The offensive lineman is on the Senior Bowl watch list, Coach Sugart.
Yeah, he's been, we knew probably a couple of years ago that Gareth would be a guy that probably is going to have a chance, and to see kind of where his preseason ratings been to make that watch list is a big deal. I think we've already had 4 or 5 scouts that have come through practice here last week. Came from Hawaii, was a great rugby player growing up, played football as well, but so he's highly athletic and an incredible kid, just a great leader in our team and high character kid. And that'll be fun to have another one. We got a current one of our former players right now, John Harris, that's playing with the Dolphins, and to see John doing really well there. And we kind of see some prospects on the horizon, and that's kind of what's been fun about this is in our recruiting and our development. That's one of the things we really made the choice to do. I know you could, we really wanted to recruit high school kids, develop them, and grow them into this move to Division I, because we knew one day they're going to grow up. We chose not to really go heavy transfer portal, to get a quick fix. We felt like we wanted to sustain a longevity of a program, and it's kind of fun to see these guys growing up. And we've got some prospects on the horizon. It's exciting. It's a good program, a good culture program right now. We're really excited.
Well, I'm really looking forward to your season, and I wish you the absolute best against KU, the 22nd ranked team in the country, and Mizzou fans probably will be very much in your corner on Thursday night at 7:00 when you go to Kansas City. Thanks so much for the visit, Coach. We appreciate it.
Tom, thanks for having us on, and have a great weekend.
You too. Head coach at Lindenwood, Jed Sugart, with us. We'll be back after the news on KMOX.
At California Psychics, we know that doubt can get in the way of your relationship. One moment you're enjoying a romantic date, the next you're thinking,
is this guy right for me? Could I spend my life with someone who has more hair on his feet than on his head?
Then you realize you've been thinking out loud.
Wait, come back,
Thankfully, California Psychics can clear away the dating doubt. Our accurate psychics are available 24/7 to give you all the guidance you need to make the right relationship choices. California Psychics is the psychic service more people trust. That's why we can guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 80% off their first reading. I can smell love in the air already. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121.
KMOX KECK HD2 St. Louis.
The home of the Cardinals, KMOX, always live on the free Odyssey app.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Linda Kenyon. Israel launched a wave of airstrikes into southern Lebanon in what the government said was a preemptive strike against a Hezbollah attack. CBS's Bradley Blackburn reports.
Overnight, missiles streaked above the sky in northern Israel. Hezbollah said it launched hundreds of rockets and drones from Lebanon, but Israel said it had thwarted a much larger planned attack.
The IDF is striking terror targets in Lebanon, from which Hezbollah was planning to launch their attacks on Israeli civilians.
The Israeli military said its operation involved approximately 100 fighter jets that destroyed thousands of Hezbollah rocket launchers located in more than 40 launch areas in southern Lebanon.
Hezbollah says it was targeting Israeli military sites close to Tel Aviv. Israeli military officials report one Navy soldier was killed, 2 others wounded. Despite the rocket fire between Israel and Hezbollah, an Israeli team is heading to Cairo to resume ceasefire talks. Reporter Linda Gradstein has more from Jerusalem.
The Israeli team is headed by two senior officials, the head of the Mossad and the head of the Shin Bet, and the Biden administration has urged both Israel and Hamas to be flexible. A deal would free the more than 100 Israeli hostages still being held in Gaza and lead to a ceasefire.
Vice President Harris's campaign says it has raised $540 million for the presidential race against former President Trump, with a surge in donations immediately following Harris's acceptance speech. But South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham tells CNN the joyful theme at the convention will be short-lived.
I told President Trump then and now, you're going to win this thing if you focus on policy. Americans are not joyful when they go to the gas station and fill up their car. They're not joyful when they make their mortgage payment. They're not joyful when they go to the grocery store.
Another music group has said no to Donald Trump.
The Foo Fighters say the Trump campaign wasn't allowed to use their song My Hero when the former president welcomed former independent candidate RFK Jr. to the stage at a rally in Arizona on Friday. A spokesperson for the band told CBS News Foo Fighters were not asked permission, and if they were, they would not have granted it. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Packing up and heading back to college, many students find themselves in a bit of a pickle.
The housing crunch problem that college students are facing has in its roots many of the same things that other people who are not in college are dealing with. So expensive rents, expensive utilities, and so on.
This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At 11:03, we have sunny skies, 86 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Stuart McMillan. Our top story, Alton Mayor David Goins is commenting about a shooting that happened Thursday, injuring a police officer and left both a canine officer and the suspect dead. The mayor says it's a tough situation for everyone involved.
It was sad because the suspect that was killed, he had family. He might have been a father. He might have been he was probably somebody's son. So it's just sad anytime life is lost.
The name of the suspect hasn't been released yet. The mayor says Officer Alan Averbach was saved by his bulletproof vest.
Also grateful that the officer did. He's okay, and sad that he lost his canine partner.
Odin, the German Shepherd officer, received a hero's procession on Thursday. The family of Ferguson police officer Travis Brown says they are hopeful that he'll wake up soon after getting some encouragement from his doctor.
In an update on his GoFundMe page Friday night, the family says his pneumonia is beginning to subside and that his sedation meds are being reduced. The St. Louis Post also says a doctor told the Brown family this past week that the policeman's brain activity was, quote, encouraging. Officer Brown, who is also known as TJ to his family and friends, suffered a critical head injury earlier this month during a protest marking the 10th anniversary of the Ferguson riots. Julie Carpenter, KMOX News.
A Peevely third grader continues fighting for her life after an accident a few weeks ago left her paralyzed. 8-year-old Gracie remains in critical condition after the car she was riding in with her mother and grandmother was involved in a crash on Telegraph Road. Police officials say the other driver involved was speeding when he hit the family's car. Gracie is suffering from multiple injuries and will require a ventilator. A GoFundMe account has been set up to help her with medical expenses. Non-St. Louis City residents who paid the earnings tax while working remotely during COVID have a little over a month to file for a refund.
Mark Milton is one of the attorneys who worked the case where the city settled and established this refund process. He says they alone have handled hundreds of applications, with some refunds pulling in big numbers.
We have seen refunds ranging from $150 to $7,500.
Milton reminds everyone not to wait until the day before September 30th's deadline to begin to file for a refund. He says you will need to do the math to figure out how many days in 2020, 2021, and 2022 you worked remotely, and make sure that your supervisor can confirm that number. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
It's going to be a hot one today, mostly sunny, and high around 95, low of 77 for tonight. Tomorrow, 99, mostly sunny, very hot. It's going to be humid for Tuesday. 100 degrees, record set back in 1881, 102, and we're nearing the record for Wednesday as well. A high of 99 there, possible thunderstorm. 101 was the high back in 1990. Right now, we have 87 in Florissant, 85 in St. Peters, 86 downtown at the Arch with a sunny sky. I'm Stuart McMillan, KMOX News.
This is the Graybar Sports on a Sunday morning.
Goldschmidt swings and he hits a drive. He hits a slammer.
Graybar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. Now, from the Stifel Financial Sports Studio, Tom Ackerman.
Welcome back to the show. I had someone on Twitter respond to me and respond to the fact that we had a lineup of guests and said the media in St. Louis is giving the coach a soft pass with discussions about Contreras' smile and who's the emergency catcher. Inconsistent hitting, we already know that. They're 4-6 and slipping when it matters most. This is the topic at hand. Oh, really, Bill? I didn't realize that. I didn't know that they were a game under 500 and 4-6 in their last 10 or whatever you were referring to. I didn't know that they're out of the playoff race and that their offense has stunk all year. Sorry, I didn't realize that. No, I think I asked the questions and the manager answers, and you can hear what you want to hear. But when I asked the manager, basically, what more can he do? And the manager might actually be upset with me that I'm pushing buttons and asking about taking risks, or is he gambling out there, or what is he? Is there anything more that he can do? Is basically my point. Because my point is that this is an organizational issue. It's not the manager. It's very easy for somebody to say it's just Oli Marmol. No, it's Oli Marmol and his staff and the front office and the players. The players get paid a lot of money to produce. So it's everybody at hand. It's not one person, and it's not a collection of these people. It's everybody. There, except for maybe Mason Wynn and Alec Burleson. I can't think, maybe Ryan Helsley. I can't think of anybody who gets through 2024 and saying that they did above what they were expected or anything even close to what their expectation was. Everybody else has had a struggling year. It's across the board. Okay, so it's very simple. When I have the manager on, I ask questions about what's happening in this moment. It's not talking about anything more than why are they in this situation and what is going on with Wilson Contreras. And if I want to ask about Wilson Contreras putting on a positive spin on what has been a horrible year, then I'm going to ask it. I'm not going to apologize for asking about how Wilson Contreras is doing. That's unfortunate what happened to him, okay? So it's not that hard. So you can hear what you want to hear, and you can be negative, or you can listen to the program and understand that this is about a team that has not done well. We're going to find out that it has been I've said this a million times, it has been a slow regression from the top down, that they have not been good for a while now. This is not news. They were not good last year, and it was a prelude to what we are seeing now, which is a team that is just a baseball team trying to scrape together and make the playoffs here at the last second, which it appears they are going to have a very, very difficult climb in doing so. It goes back to 22, 21, pre-COVID, go all the way back. The Cardinals have not been a powerhouse in the National League for a long time. So at some point, you have to look internally and say, you don't have to make drastic changes, in my estimation, but you do have to make one honest decision and say the way we are doing it is not the way to win anymore. These other teams have replicated what we do. The Cardinals used to be the innovators. They used to be the team everybody wanted to be. They have this great farm system. They teach them well. They bring them up. They add a player. That player becomes a star, and they go on to the playoffs and sometimes win the World Series. That has now been copied by a lot of teams, and they are doing it bigger and better, actually, than the Cardinals are. So at some point, the Cardinals need to look inside and say, what can we do? What are the other teams doing well that we should be doing? And then you go steal those people. You go to the Orioles, you go to the Dodgers, you go to some other teams that are really doing well right now and finding it and getting the best out of their young players. And you say, maybe we should steal some of those coaches and put them in the minor leagues. Maybe we should take this front office person who's like third on the totem pole and elevate him to 2. And, they actually have already started this by their announcement last year that they were hiring Chaim Bloom as an advisor. Another set of eyes from the outside to evaluate what they are doing, to look at what they are doing. And that's exactly what they've done. I'm not saying Chaim Bloom's going to take over for John Mozeliak, but certainly he would be a candidate, I would think. When Mozeliak's contract expires in 2025 and they have a succession plan in place, is Chaim Bloom part of that? And who else will be part of that, overseeing this next era of Cardinal baseball? And there will be people who their jobs are going to be on the line after this year because it didn't go well. But we'll get to that in the month of October. If the Cardinals are not playing in October, that's not good. They missed the playoffs back-to-back years. It's not good. None of this is good. None of this is fun, except for the fact that you get to put on the uniform and play Cardinal baseball. You get to play for the St. Louis Cardinals. The best thing this team can do right now is to play with pride, finish strong, and then figure out what the future holds for these young players, for their veterans with expiring contracts, for the staff, for the front office, for everything. Everything needs to be evaluated with this franchise, and that is what's going to happen over the course of the next 6 months. It's a 365-day-a-year sport. The Cardinals are a crown jewel of Major League Baseball. Their attendance has fallen. They need to find a way to get people back engaged in the ballpark and enthusiastic. They're out there. It's a sleeping giant. We all know that. The fans are there. Some of them have not come to the game for a variety of reasons, and it is their job to get them back and re-engage and get them going. I love engaging with fans. I love especially any negativity that comes because it creates conversation. One thing you do not want if you're the Cardinals is fan apathy. If fans start to drop off and say, I don't care, or do they play today? I don't even know who are they playing, or my kids aren't paying attention to them, or whatever it is, those are bad signs. You don't want that. Okay. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about St. Louis City SC. And Lutz Pfannenstiel, sporting director for City, will be with us. They had a tough one last night. Tough one. No question. Back in a moment on KMOX.
This has been a ridiculously hot summer, and if you've found yourself sweating inside your home, it's probably time to upgrade your windows and doors. Hi, I'm Amy Mark Scores. My friends at Renewal by Andersen have been helping make homes more comfortable and beautiful for 29 years. Their Acclaim windows are all proudly made right here in the USA. And I've got to say, these windows aren't just gorgeous. They're durable, they're all custom built, and they require virtually no maintenance at all. Renewal by Andersen's huge 1 month only sale is going on right now. Call by August 31st and you'll save $329 on every window and $729 on every patio door, with 0% interest for 36 months. Don't miss one of Renewal by Andersen's biggest sales of the year. Call 314-720-9200, 314-720-9200, 314-720-9200.
We all have different ideas of the perfect retirement, but they all depend on the same thing, not running out of money. Steve All and the team at the All Financial Group can help you develop a retirement income stream that fits your idea of the perfect retirement. Call 636-230-8824 or go to yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
Hi, this is Steve Butts with the Crawford Butts Insurance Agency. I know we're all experiencing sticker shock when you get your insurance premium. Now more than ever, you need an independent insurance agent to find the best value for your family's insurance needs. Crawford Butts, family owned and operated for more than 60 years. Please give us a call at 314-752-2500 or at crawfordbutts.com.
Just imagine being walked all over for 36 years. Who would do that? The great customers of Reinhold Flooring, that's who. For over 3.5 decades, Reinhold Flooring has been the mecca for carpet, hardwood, vinyl, laminate, and area rugs. Reinhold Flooring is customer-driven with a focus on top-quality products and installations from the best team in the business. So come on in and walk all over your next flooring at Reinhold Flooring. Visit them at 5429 Telegraph Road in St. Louis or online at reinholdflooring.com.
Welcome back to the Gray Bar Sports on a Sunday morning.
Goldschmidt swings and he hits a drive. He hits a slammer.
Gray Bar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs.
Billikens win! Billikens win!
Once again, from the Stifel Financial Sports Studio, Tom Ackerman.
We are back. Sports on a Sunday morning on KMOX. Sporting Director, St. Louis City SC, Lutz Pfannenstiel, is with us on the line live after a late night. We appreciate it, Lutz. Thank you.
Good morning. A little bit of a red eye, but ready to talk to you.
Well, I appreciate you, and thank you. I won't keep you too long, but I do appreciate the conversation, as you know, and I appreciate City's effort last night. It's just, I know it's frustrating. It's a 4-4 draw. It's 1 point where it could have been 3, and we've heard this many times. How do you evaluate what happened last night in Portland?
Yeah, I think, it's a bit somehow the story of the season that we are scoring goals on the road, and we having leads for a very long time, but we are just not been able to maintain the lead, give silly goals away very late into the game, which costs you point. And yesterday you 1-0 up, you 2-0 up, you 3-1 up, you 4-2 up, you basically lead the whole game, and somehow you always miss the moments to manage the game and keep a 2-goal lead for a longer time. You always let the opponent back into the game, and this is what punished us in the end of the day. There's lots of positives. I mean, scoring 4 goals away from home, scoring also some beautiful goals and creating good chances was definitely something good to watch. But then again, I can turn it easily around and say, well, scoring 4 goals away from home must be normally enough to get a win. What else can you expect from the offensive department if you can't even get 4 goals over the line here? So that's something we talked about during the week. It's the other results also didn't go our 100% way we wanted it, and nothing has changed. We're still 10 points behind that spot we want. So it's all about trying and believing, but it felt awful after the game. Getting a draw away from home is never really a bad result, but it felt like it ripped our heart out in the last minute.
I'm certain it did. Is it 1 or 2 little things, or is it just an accumulation of things, Lutz? Is there one thing strategically you can point to that has caused that to happen?
I think we had this season more clean sheets than last season, so we have games where we defend very well. I think it's more or less just now. We spoke a lot about the challenge part, Tom, in recent weeks, and we had Henry Kessler yesterday on for the first time. So our back line is still not really that used to each other like we wanted it to be, because it was top tight. On the other side, you saw that with the new players, Simon Becher, Marcel Hartl, Teuchert, they all were in big form. Both of them scored. Hartl had 3 assists. So that goes really well, and that's something I think from looking potentially into the future, that's pretty good. But defensively, we just need to get a bit more organized. I think Henry Kessler in his debut had a really good game, but it's not always one person in the back. We got cooked too many times over the wings. We gave Portland too many times to hurt us over the side. And we looked terrible in the air, to be honest. There was every corner, every free kick, every high ball into the box. You knew there will be a chance coming out, and that's something we just need to work on in the coming days.
Can you speak to the importance of transition? There's a lot that we see in a game. We see goals, we see stops, we see goals from the other team. What happens in between is pretty much soccer, isn't it? I mean, to put things simply, you have to be able to tighten up that part of the game.
Yeah, 100%. I have to say, well spotted. I mean, we did very well yesterday on our offensive transition, winning the ball and going forward and, outnumbering Portland and creating chances. But that's exactly what bit us on the other side. If you look at the first goal we conceded, we are 2-0 up, and there is no pressure on the ball, and we have a very easy loss of possession. And Portland turns us over within 4 seconds and scores the goal, which is out of our own ball possession. So sometimes to be a bit calmer on the ball, manage the game take a bit the speed out and try to hold the 2-goal lead a bit longer would be the answer there. So yeah, definitely our defensive transition was not good yesterday. That's how Portland actually beat us in many situations, and that's another one where, as good we were in the offensive transition, as bad we were in the defensive one.
Now, on the positive side of things, the play of Hartle, Toyshirt, you mentioned Becker certainly is encouraging, and that has seemed to even elevate Leuven to another level. The future of that trio along with Leuven, how do you see things moving forward with your franchise?
Oh yeah, I mean, I told you last week, if I look into 25 and we stay away from the crazy injury-prone season we had, we will have we'll have a very good squad together. There's no doubt. Simon really, I had big expectations in the kid, but he so far unbelievable. I mean, he's very dangerous. He's very hardworking. And don't forget, Klaus is back. Klaus, all the boys, the 3 injured players could have traveled yesterday, but we wanted to give them this one more week of recovery, especially playing on a difficult turf field, coming back from injury would not have been ideal. Hartle's impact and also Teuchert's impact are, I think, very easy to spot. So yeah, we have a lot of positives to look into that part. I think it showed yesterday, scoring 4 goals. You mentioned it, Edu is just at the moment doing really well, like a magnet, getting the balls and really spreading them around, being involved in every attack. So there's lots of positives, but then again, I'm not here to just look at the positives. I'm actually more here to look at the negatives, which I can't really share with you on radio. That's something I need to work out in my head, and that's already what starts now in the next few weeks, where I want to have a clear plan what we're going to do in 2025 on maybe 1 or 2 more positions, and then I'm positive that we will be all right.
This is Lutz Pfannenstiel, sporting director, St. Louis City SC, as his team ends up in a draw with Portland yesterday. The final was 4-4. Now you get to play at home. You'll take on LA Galaxy. It's going to be on September 1st, 1:45 game, a little afternoon game on a Sunday, Labor Day weekend. Tell us finally about LA Galaxy 1 and 2 returning back home to City Park and what that means to you.
Yeah, we said that home games are our bread and butter. Home games is the ones we need to win, to always be a playoff contender. Now, LA Galaxy, not the easiest opponent. I think they're leading our conference at the moment. They just signed this Marco Reus, German legendary player, actually a former roommate and the best friend of Roman Bürki, who had a big impact yesterday on his debut as well. And they're playing at the moment probably the most exciting and best football in the last 5, 6, maybe even longer years. But that, we're not in a position to look at the opponent. Whoever comes here, we need to be able to beat, and we need to be dominant, and we need to believe in what we do. So if we can get a performance offensively on the field like we did yesterday, and it's a home game, I'm positive it doesn't matter who our opponent is. But definitely an interesting time, kickoff time on a Sunday. So it will be a bit of a different crowd. We really need to support. I think it's now. It was yesterday step 1, Tom, into the mission playoff. So some people would call it mission impossible. You're still alive. Step 2 is coming on Sunday. And if you get that mini series of winning 3-4 games in a row, you straight away back into the mixer. So I think it's a great way to look forward to play a top team like LA Galaxy and somehow move this momentum in the right direction.
Well, I will say this, 3-point wins will add up quickly. As you mentioned, if you can stack them, who knows what you can do. Mission playoffs. I like that, actually. Lutz Pfannenstiel, sporting director, St. Louis City SC. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for doing this, especially with a quick turnaround. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
We will take a break. But when we come back, let's talk some baseball with you. We'll open up the phone lines at 314-436-7900, 800-925-1120. I love talking to the fans about this game and this team. 314-436-7900, 800-925-1120. Really anything you want to get into, but I know the Cardinals are a hot topic. It's KMOX after all, and we absolutely can talk about this club, the many negatives, some positives about what's happening with this team moving forward, but where they are right now is not positive. It's not a good situation. We can get into it. There's also, if you prefer not to call in, you can, if you want, go to the Odyssey app, and there's a little microphone icon. So when you listen to the live feed, there's a little microphone. You can click on it, and you can actually record yourself saying something. Now, I just ask you to do the civil thing and just keep it. Let's keep it clean, okay? But James, our producer, James O'Sullivan, will be taking those, and we'll distribute those as well. 314-436-7900, 800-925-1120. We'll open up the phone lines. John Mozeliak, unfortunately, can't be with us today. He told us that yesterday. We will take a quick timeout, and when we come back, it's more sports on a Sunday morning on KMOX, and 11:45, a very special event. Albert Pujols back in St. Louis on September 9th. We'll tell you how you can meet Albert on KMOX. Sports on a Sunday morning. I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Seidman Cancer Center Spotlight. We are focusing on lung cancer, and joining me is Dr. Whitney Brandt.
Treatment of lung cancer has really made dramatic changes over the years. Lung cancer screening, more patients are getting detected earlier, and survival is getting better. In addition, just with patients who have more advanced cancers, there are better treatments.
Special thanks to Seidman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, go to seidman.wustl.edu.
Your garage door is the largest piece of moving equipment in your home. When it needs help, call the experts at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Their certified technicians repair all brands of doors and openers, and you can even schedule evening and weekend service. Just call 314-781-5200 and always look for the red ribbon. It's your assurance you've got the genuine, the original Overhead Door, the most trusted garage door company in St. Louis since 1926. For same-day service, schedule online at overheaddoorstlouis.com. 314-781-5200.
Del Walmsley and the Wealth Cycle. This is the wealth cycle that I've taught for 30 years. Buy one house, 10 houses, an apartment, 2 apartments, 8, 20, 500 units, 1,000 units, 2,000, 5,000 units. And as you keep putting the money and the profits back in, you become one of those rich people, and much quicker than you'd even believe. Learn Dell's Wealth Cycle at GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. Use promo code 2024. Save 60%. Code 2024. GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. GiveMeTotalFreedom.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Do you feel like you're going through life clouded by doubt? Talk to California Psychics. Our trusted and accurate psychics are available 24/7. And we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers get 80% off their first reading. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
KMOX Weekend at your service. Sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Installation.
It is such a pleasure, truly, to partner with St. Louis Public Library. They do so much in the community, and they're one of my favorite places. I love to go to Central Library. My neighborhood branch is Carpenter. And online, we have Book Chat with Debbie Monterey and St. Louis Public Library. We're about 1,400 plus members strong at this point, and it's just a bunch of people who love books, authors, and libraries. And once a month, I do a live author interview. This month, it's John O'Leary. Our chat is coming up Tuesday at noon. You may be familiar with John O'Leary. He was expected to die after a horrible accident at the age of 9, but now his mission is teaching others how to truly live. He's got a great inspirational back-to-school message. It's going to be a great conversation, but you have to be a member of our book chat in order to hear it. If you'd want to travel more, just throwing this in there that they have passport services at St. Louis Public Library. St. Louis is an original search engine, slpl.org.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
We're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Gray Bar Sports on a Sunday morning.
Goldschmidt swings and he hits a drive. He hits a slammer.
Gray Bar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs.
Billikens win! Billikens win!
Once again, from the Stifel Financial Sports Studio, Tom Ackerman.
Love your show. Listen every week. I think people are upset because of the way Matheny was treated and why Mike Schilt was let go. Why isn't the same standard applying now?
Okay, and fair question. Thank you for the compliment. That's one of our sound offs. I like calling it sound off. That was an old section. Did the Post-Dispatch still do that? Am I ripping it off of the Post-Dispatch, the sound off section? I got ripped in that one time when I was a youngster. And Bernie Miklasz called me and said, "Hey, let me tell you something. I was like 23 years old, 24, young guy. And he said, hey, you ain't a player in this town until you've been ripped in the sound off section. Okay, congratulations." That's why I love that guy. It's like my big brother. Anyway, to your point, and it is a good one that people do wonder, why is Oli Marmol still employed and Mike Matheny, the treatment of Mike Matheny, I heard that, I'm not really sure what that is, and why Mike Schilt was fired. Mike Schilt, they never explained why Mike Schilt was fired, but all they said was philosophical differences. Oli Marmol was hired as a contrast to Mike Schilt, who they felt was not going along with how they do things, which is kind of accentuating my point, is that they just gave Oli a contract extension. I mean, it really doesn't mean a whole lot when it comes to, how much it would cost to terminate his contract if they decided to go that route. They are tied to Oli Marmol because they did relieve Mike Schilt of his duties in favor of Oli, who was said to be more on board with the harmony of the organization. And Oli Marmol, in my estimation, is not at fault here. Again, this is an organizational thing. This is not fire Oli Marmol and everything is going to be fine. Oli Marmol is the manager in the dugout for an organization that has been inconsistent in its product. Last year, the pitching was not up to par. They did not supplement it well enough. The offense was good, tried to do too much, and the whole thing collapsed. This year, it's been the other way around. They added pitching, and the offense was largely untouched, and then it fell apart. And the pitching has done all it can, I think, to try to keep this thing going, and in some cases didn't do very well. So it's, at some point, the manager doesn't hit. The manager doesn't get up there and tell them to go hit. I mean, he puts them in a position. The players do have to execute. But, the manager of a team of the caliber of the St. Louis Cardinals is not bulletproof. I mean, you have a lot of heat on you all the time, without question. And I think it's absolutely understandable why people would not be pleased with what is happening out here right now. Nobody should be pleased with a game under 500 if you're the St. Louis Cardinals. So it's just the way it is. It's a tough thing to swallow, but it's just the way it is. But I've said this now multiple times. I don't believe that it is solely the manager's fault, and you probably don't either, even if you're anti-manager or whatever. The manager is the front man. But there's much more than that, if that makes sense. All right, let me get to some. I know we have some other. Actually, why don't you play the other comment? This is the microphone icon on the Odyssey app. Then we'll get to some phone calls. We'll kind of rip through them. Go right ahead.
Tom Ackerman, well said. At best, we are a 500 team, and Cardinal Nation does not accept a 500 team. We have too much history, too many good things. Second most World Series rings in the whole baseball world. Keep up the good work. Ollie, you got to answer the questions. Best regards, Tom. David Monahan.
Okay, thank you, David, for the comment. And Ollie does answer the questions. He's very good about it. In fact, he and I do stay regularly in contact about a lot of things. And he is, I think, very good at answering reporters' questions. It is not easy to sit there and take L's one after the other and answer a lot of the same questions, just rephrased. We're doing a lot of things that we can to get answers out of the manager because that's what we're supposed to do. But he does a good job of answering those questions, I think, and making himself available. But I appreciate all the compliments. Let's go to Tom on KMOX. Tom, welcome to the show.
Good morning. If pitching is 100% of baseball, the Cardinals used to develop players the Cardinal way, and I think we have lost the Cardinal way. You mentioned a couple of managers that got fired. They grew up the Cardinal way. There's a number of other people that are in professional baseball today as managers that grew up the Cardinal way, and we're not doing that anymore. I think Mike Schutt got fired because of a statement I heard him say, I can only use the players that they gave me. I'm sorry.
That probably
when
didn't
was
help.
The last time we drafted and developed a starting pitcher?
Oh, it's been a long time since they were able to develop. I mean, Jack Flaherty, who has become a really good one, but it didn't develop into anything more than the second half of 2019 and portions of a few years later until he was ultimately dealt in a bad year last year in 22. So, there is, and I mentioned it in the beginning of this hour, that it is time, and they have already started this process, to get outside sets of eyes to look at the entire thing that the Cardinals are doing, but also to go steal people from other teams, not discuss and talk to and consider taking. I'm talking about stealing people from other teams and giving them an opportunity to revive a sleeping giant in the St. Louis Cardinals, which is one of the great franchises, not only in baseball, but in sports, and to give someone an opportunity to help, whether it is a coach at the single A level or someone to help in the front office or somebody to help the coaching staff. It is about drafting and developing players for the Cardinals, but really for any franchise. Free agency is actually not how you win. You don't just go write checks and spend $300, $400 million. That does not work. Free agency is supposed to be patch. So if you don't have a shortstop, for example, the Cardinals do, but if you didn't have a shortstop and you had a big hole there, you spend $30, $40 million or $50 million or whatever for a Trey Turner or somebody like that. That is what free agency should be. You patch up something that you did not develop through your own organization. And the Cardinals just have to reevaluate where they are in all of that. How do they also stop from players going elsewhere and thriving? Did they give those players the proper opportunities and trust to grow within their own organization? And did they have a better plan in place to have those players eventually become starters and not be blocked? So all those things are being evaluated right now and should be and need to be. And above all else, I truly believe this. I feel like I've hammered this home. They need to go find people from other organizations and bring them in to give this thing another look. Mike, you're on KMOX. It's great to have you.
Yes, I'd like to know, do you think the St. Louis Cardinals are going to move?
No, they're not going to move. They'll be here forever. Forever and ever. They are the heartbeat of St. Louis. Rick, you're on KMOX. Great to have you along.
Thanks, Tom. I have two comments. One, I have not attended a Cardinal game in over 5 years because I saw back then that the club was over-reliant on the farm system and reluctant to sign big-name free agents. The other thing is that they would be crazy if they re-signed Paul Goldschmidt. His decline started in September of 22 when he stopped hitting, even though he got the MVP, and has continued since. Thanks.
Thank you. And I care about you a lot because you call into the show in that fashion and make comments about the Cardinals. It does tell me that you have a burning passion for this franchise to be great, and you were protesting in that way, and that's okay. I would do anything to get you back in the ballpark, but I certainly appreciate you listening to the show. Your point about Paul Goldschmidt is taken. If I were the Cardinals, I would be thinking very long and hard about what you're going to do with Goldschmidt. I'm not getting into any sort of competition in terms of trying to sign him to a certain number. Would I be open to bringing him back at a significant reduction for 1 year? Maybe. But right now, you've got to think about what's moving forward, and you have to be honest and evaluate what has gone wrong for him since his MVP season in 22. Is it age? Is it health? Obviously, he provides a lot of leadership, and he's a terrific first baseman still and a smart player. But this is a game about production and about producing for the long haul. The Cardinals need to think about what their team is going to look like in 25, 6, and 7 with a young core to build around. Damian, you're on. Was it Don? We'll skip Damian. Damian's dropped off, I think. Don, you're on KMOX.
Yeah, Tom Ackerman. I enjoy your show, and I listen to you every Sunday, and I am a big-time Cardinal fan. I haven't gone to a game the last 2 years, one because I lost my twin brother in 22, so I can't go down there without him, and I feel his loss. But that's not the point I called here. The point is, what they think they got for when they signed Sonny Gray. I mean, to me, he's like a third starter in that rotation. To me, he's not a number one or a number two, Tom. And the ownership, I want to blast them because they don't spend any money. I'm not saying they have to go out and spend money like Philadelphia or LA or the Dodgers, but please spend some money to get the fans' interest, get people back in the ballpark, get people wanting to come down there. I mean, right now the fans don't have no reason to come down there because this is a losing organization, Tom. And basically, they don't know how to evaluate talent. This is an organization. It doesn't know how to do that. And when you don't know how to evaluate talent, Tom, you're going to be on a losing end 9 out of 10 times. And like I said, they're crying about people not showing up down there now at the stadium. Well, why do you think they're not showing up there down there, Tom? They're tired of seeing people, this team lose, and they're spending their hard-earned money to go down into this stadium and to see a good product on the field, and they're not getting their money's worth, Tom. And
yeah, I get it, Don. Thank you very much for that. 40 or so %, I think, when I heard last on the weekends, are fans from out of town who come in for the weekend and spend their money in downtown and travel in and maybe stay with friends and family also, not always hotels, and go to the games as a vacation destination. And so perhaps some of those fans have decided to take a different route, but in some cases like yours, Don, I'm assuming you live in St. Louis, so you've decided not to do that and protesting the product. Some people don't come downtown because they fear for safety. They don't perceive downtown to be safe, especially at night. Some people don't come to the Cardinals game because they don't see the game on TV. So out of sight, out of mind in some cases. The marketing machine that is the Cardinals needs that television to thrive too. So sometimes maybe there's a variety of factors, but overarching factor is that the product is not of championship caliber in their eyes, and they want to show that they will support a championship product. And it gets back to what we were saying, is the Cardinals have to find a way to get back to that giant, that machine, that elite Cardinals team. Do they spend money? Yes, they do actually spend money. If you look at the payroll and where they are in relation to the rest of baseball, they don't always spend it. They don't always get the best for their value, but they have spent money. It's not like they don't spend. I'm not an advocate for wildly spending for free agency. This is about developing an organization. They do have talented players. Actually, they evaluate it pretty well. It's just that some of those talented players go elsewhere, and they've got to figure that out also. But there are some good ones coming. I mean, J.J. Weatherholt is an excellent, excellent baseball player. Alec Burleson has emerged into a very, very good player. Mason Wynn is a star at shortstop. I still believe that Jordan Walker will be a very good player, and I am concerned a little bit that there aren't a lot of great pitching prospects coming, but that's something that they need to figure out as well. It is a process, no question, that the Cardinals are undergoing right now. They are still the St. Louis Cardinals, a huge brand with tons of championship history and a pedigree, but that also comes with very high standards, and they can't just be another baseball team. They have to be a World Series contender. They've set that standard themselves. It is part of the expectation. We will take a break. We will come back with someone who won. He won't be with us. Won a lot of championships, and that's Albert Pujols. But the executive director of the Pujols Family Foundation is going to tell you how you can meet him next.
Broadcasting from the Underlaw Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX. Tune into the Home Improvement Show, sponsored by Mosby Building Arts, Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KMOX for expert advice on remodeling, design, and construction. This live Q&A show begins at 11 a.m. or find podcasts at mosbybuildingarts.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
August 30th and 31st. Come out to Midwest Wing Fest in Fairview Heights, Illinois. A legendary food and music festival that benefits combat wounded soldiers and families of local fallen heroes. There's all kinds of food, delicious wings, plenty of drinks, awesome live music, and a massive kids area. Entry $5 for patrons 12 and over, but upgrade with VIP tickets that include unlimited chicken wings from Dandy Inn and beer from Chick's Fritz Distributing, as well as private restrooms. Tickets and info at KMOX.com/events.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. This could be your final opportunity to secure the carefree villa home of your dreams at the Preserve in Afton. Our homes provide a lifestyle of convenience and relaxation, free from the hassles of lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal. With prices starting in the 400s. We will build to order or select from one of our 6 move-in ready designer market homes and save thousands, including special 3.9% financing if qualified. Visit McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
With the new year, it's time to make sure you have the best vision for 2024. That means scheduling your annual eye exam with Ophthalmology Associates. Call 314-966-5000.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. While we celebrate the reversal of Roe v. Wade, there is still much work to be done to support life and pregnant women before they cross state lines. Together, we can provide the love, support, and options that women need to choose life for their children. Coalition Life celebrates more than 3,500 clients served and thousands of lives saved since we began this mission with you. Each one is a miracle. Over the years, day in and day out, our team has walked alongside women facing the fear and challenges of an unexpected pregnancy. Through the support of this community, we have given them hope and a path to choose life for the children they carry. Visit coalitionlife.com to give your vital support while reducing or completely eliminating your state taxes through Missouri's 70% tax credit. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com.
Hey contractors, it's Andrea and Scott at Best Buy Flooring.
If you haven't been shopping with us, you owe it to your customers and yourself to check out Best Buy Flooring.
We can meet all flooring needs at the lowest prices in town. Check out our huge selection of carpet tiles, luxury vinyl plank, luxury vinyl tiles, sheet vinyl, ceramic, hardwood, and laminate.
Come see us at our 3 convenient locations, North County, South County, and O'Fallon, Illinois. Open 7 days a week, including at South County. Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy Flooring.
Labor Day signals that fall is fast approaching. Apple picking, fall leaves, and chilly nights are on the horizon. With Legacy Box, you can cozy up and watch something special this fall. Your family's home movies. Legacy Box is the simple, safe, all-inclusive solution for preserving your family's memories trapped on videotapes, film, even photos. After 10 years in business, Legacy Box is the world's largest digitizer. They've helped over 1 million families relive their wedding days, babies' first steps, and family road trips. Just fill Legacy Box with your VHS tapes, film reels, or pictures. Legacy Box digitizes it all by hand right here in the USA, and then sends it back on a thumb drive or the cloud. Future-proof your recorded moments today so you can gather the family and begin the trip down memory lane. Plus, for a limited time, they're offering 55% off. Go to legacybox.com/value to get 55% off. That's legacybox.com/value.
When you think of equity and independence for people with disabilities through services, partnerships, education, and advocacy, you think of Paraquad. Join us Friday, September 6th for the Shine the Light Gala at Ritz-Carlton, St. Louis. For more info, go to paraquad.org or call 314-289-4200.
At 1-800-GOT-JUNK, we believe.
We believe in repurposing the junk we make disappear.
We donate the donatables so that a new family can love them.
Those items get a new life.
We believe in recycling the recyclables.
Raw material for brand new products.
And we believe in returning natural resources to the earth. And we believe in you.
We know you want to make a difference.
Let us help you do that.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
S&L Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call S&L. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. S&L Coin.
Welcome back to the Gray Bar Sports on a Sunday morning.
Goldschmidt swings and he hits a drive. He hits a slammer.
Gray Bar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs.
Billikens win! Billikens win!
Once again, from the Stiefel Financial Sports Studio, Tom Ackerman.
Welcome back to the show. Well, the big man is coming back home.
Pujols with the widespread stance, arms out over the plate. Bickford from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. A swing, and there it goes! Left field, way back. That's home run number 700. Pujols hits a 3-run homer, and he hit 699 and 700 at Dodger Stadium on September 23rd, 2022.
We are joined by the executive director of the Pujols Family Foundation, and that is Todd Perry. Todd, welcome back to KMOX.
Hey, Tom, thanks for having me.
It's always fun to hear that highlight. And Albert Pujols will be here in St. Louis, Chesterfield's Top Golf specifically, on September 9th for a big event. Tell us about the Pujols Family Foundation night at Top Golf.
Yeah, Tom, we have it's one of our fundraisers that we have every year, and Albert is coming back, and he is going to be hosting our Top Golf event, and we're going to have a lot of support from the Cardinals. But it's always great to have Albert back in town. And, we do have a few bays left. Those bays can be purchased through the Pujols Family Foundation by going to our website or calling us directly. But, it's going to be a great time and for a great cause.
Now, I've been to this event. You literally are hitting golf balls next to Cardinals players. And Albert is walking around, and he may take a few whacks as well. You just never know.
Yeah, he's very interactive with the crowd, and he just loves it. I mean, we have a good representation from self-advocates with Down syndrome. We always keep it real with our mission, and Albert. I mean, he's just he's always in the mix. He always gets a lot of photos and things, and just makes everybody feel welcome.
If you ever wanted to meet Albert Pujols, see him, if you've been to Top Golf in Chesterfield, what a great facility that is. This is called the Ultimate Drive at Top Golf. It's September 9th, and it benefits the Pujols Family Foundation. Todd, we've been talking about them for years, but tell us what the latest is with the foundation and what you do for the community.
Well, things at the foundation are really busier than ever. I mean, a lot of people ask, since Albert retired, what does that look like for the foundation? And actually, we're moving forward. I mean, we have a 20-year plan. This wasn't something that he, it never really was something he was just doing while he was playing. I mean, this is his heart. We, of course, Albert has a daughter with Down syndrome, so that is a huge part of what we do is support the Down syndrome community locally. And then we have medical and humanitarian mission work that we do in the Dominican Republic.
It is hosted by Albert Pujols. It is Monday, September 9th, 6 to 9 p.m. The Pujols Family Foundation is the beneficiary of the Ultimate Drive. And if you've ever wanted to have a bay at Top Golf next to Cardinals players with Albert walking around, what a great chance for you, your friends, your company. No doubt about it. PujolsFamilyFoundation.org. KMOX is proud to be a sponsor of this event. Todd, we can't wait. We're going to keep updating people on this as we get to a sellout.
Appreciate you, Tom.
Absolutely. Todd Perry with us from the Pujols Family Foundation on KMOX. And thank you for all of your comments and calls. Truly special to hear from all of you. I know this is a tough time. I know that. 1:10 first pitch today, Cards and Twins on KMOX.
Are you tired of those unwanted, stubborn areas of fat? Do you want to lose up to 2 inches of that fat quickly and safely? Hi, this is Dr. Michael Glickert at St. Louis Weight Loss